Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We are in Kathopanishad, first part, second Valli, second chapter, and we are on the 14th verse. And in this 14th verse, how we have come here, it was told in the 12th verse, Tam durdarsham gudham anupravishtam guhahitam ghavareshtam puranam adhyatma yogadhigamena devam matva dhiro harsha shokau jahati. And there it was told that the Atman, which is in the deep recesses of our personality, covered by all these, meaning in our heart, and and where is it located? Located in the intelligence, and where is it seated? It is seated in the midst of all the miseries. Because and how does an intelligent man come to be it? By renouncing all the joys and sorrows of life. So this saying which goes that we must, the life ka mirch masala, the spices of life, which are like a roller coaster. Sometimes they take us up, sometimes they take us down. These have to be avoided. Otherwise, and therefore, only through the renunciation. I told you last time, renunciation of joy and sorrow is only possible when you renounce likes and dislikes. In other words, you move through life with an equanimity, with a balanced mind. We all are, we succumb to certain uncalled for reactions at times, but we must keep working towards the equanimity which is going to help us to be the Atman in spite of all the miserable thoughts. If you think about it, all the thoughts in your mind that are coming in general are only about past, future, acquisition, relationship, disease, health, hunger, thirst. I like this, I don't like this, I hate this. You have to avoid all that. Go negotiate through life so that the world doesn't become an issue in our mind. And that will be possible when we accept this is how the world is. We cannot do anything about it. Sometimes it will throw good things, sometimes it will throw bad things. And what we call good things, in the long run, they are also bad only. See? Just like we stop thinking of the Lord's name, we stop thinking about the world, and we start thinking about the Lord. We start thinking about the mantra. But eventually, the mantra also has to be given up. You have to transcend it because it is a part of the world. Then, why did we replace the worldly thoughts with the mantra? So that our mind becomes focused, so that our mind does not go into the same loop again and again, so that our mind purifies, so that our mind merges into its own source. And this is possible only when one has renounced the joys and sorrows and gone beyond, in other words, gone beyond all opposites of in, out, good, bad, holy, unholy, etc. And this was told by the Lord of Death to Nachiket, then in the next verse it came. What was the next verse? एतत् श्रुत्वा सम्परिगृह्य मर्त्यः प्रवृह्य धर्म्यम् अणुमेतमाप्य समोदते मोदनीयं हि लब्ध्वा विवृतं सद्म नचिकेतसं मन्ये. And here it was told that having heard, and this is very important, without being clear as to what we are seeking in life, without being clear what is the pathway to get to that what we want to realize, how will you reach there? If you don't know the destination, your journey will not begin. If you know the destination and keep changing the destination, you will not reach anywhere. If you are fixed on the destination, that was told in the 12th verse, and there it was, and also it was told, how do you get there? You get there by living a non-reactionary lifestyle. Non-reactionary lifestyle, equanimous lifestyle. And thereafter, having heard what we just told you in the 12th verse, and having grasped it with your intelligence, then you then you contemplate on that Atman, you contemplate on that self, which is having no form, which is having no name, which is having no qualities or attributes. It's an abstract, and you suss it out. And when we are contemplative on it, when we are close to it, when we are it, it brings about great joy and bliss. And in this way, and Nachiketa was told by Lord of Death that I think, meaning in the opinion of the Dharmaraj, the Lord of Death, this doorway to the infinite absolute reality is wide open for Nachiket. And in other words, it was an acceptance by the Lord to teach him to answer him the last question with regards to the absolute reality. And we gave in detail, we spoke about it last week. Now, in the 14th verse, having the moment he hears of the acceptance from the Lord of Death, that he says that you are qualified to know, you are when he said that, I think you are worthy to know, and for you the doorway is open. Nachiket, here he says, Bhagwan yadyaham yogyah prasannah cha asi Bhagavan mam prati. And he said, O Lord, if I am qualified, and I know that you are pleased with me, prasanna cha asi mam prati. So towards me you have a favorable attitude, you are happy with me. So he says, now this is the question of Nachiket, and this question is with regards to that all-pervading reality. Now no question about give this up or give that up. He says, Anyatra dharmad, anyatra dharmad, anyatra dharmad, anyatra dharmad, anyatra asmat kruta krutat, anyatra asmat kruta krutat, anyatra bhutacha bhavyacha, अन्यत्र भूताच भव्याच यत्तत् पश्यसि तद्वद, यत्तत् पश्यसि तद्वद. Together, अन्यत्र धर्माद्, अन्यत्र धर्माद्, अन्यत्र अस्मात् कृता कृतात्, अन्यत्र भूताच भव्याच यत्तत् पश्यसि तद्वद. So here he says that which is anyatra dharmad, that which is other than dharma, other than righteousness. Now don't take dharma as duty here. We are gone. All efforts have already been put away. All efforts were to be put till the second question. All efforts one could put to attain the Hiranyakarba sthiti, the totality. Till there you can put efforts. But when we are coming to this conscious reality, we are coming to this absolute reality, when we are coming to the Atman, that is who we essentially are. All efforts are null and void here. All efforts are null and void. So he is asking that which is beyond righteousness, that which is beyond unrighteousness, anyatra dharmad, anyatra adharmat, dharma, adharma, righteousness, unrighteousness, anyatra asmat kruta krutata, and that which is other than this world, which is the effect of, which is a part of cause and effect, that which is beyond cause and effect. All our thinking is only karya karan, it is only cause and effect. It is beyond kruta akruta. It is beyond doing and non-doing. That which is beyond cause and effect, that which is beyond doing and non-doing, anyatra bhutacha bhavyacha, that which is beyond the past and the future, bhuta, past, bhavya, future, yat tat pashyasi tadvada. So that which is beyond all these pairs of opposite, as mentioned here by Nachiketa, he says that such a one which you see, O Lord, please tell me that. He doesn't say, please give me a book about that. He doesn't say, which author has written a good commentary on that, please give me that. Should I be reading the Shankaracharya commentary or should I be reading this commentary? No. No reading. What does he say? In the previous verse also it was in the 13th verse, etat shutva, truth should be heard, it should not be read. So please, that which you see, other than all these dharma, doing, non-doing, and past and future, please tell me that. See how beautiful. So he's not satiated just by the acceptance of the teacher that you are, for you the door is open. I feel you are worthy of that highest goal. The moment he hears, he is now switched on. He was always switched on, but even more so. He will not stop asking questions now. And the and why not? When we tell someone something about some fantastic experience of our life, some place that we have visited, some people, that wonderful people that we have met. Why only wonderful? Even bad experiences also sometimes, like when we go to someone's house, they tell us all about their physical ailments. स्वामी जी इधर दर्द हो रहा है, स्वामी जी उधर दर्द हो रहा है, स्वामी जी ऐसे दर्द हो रहा है, and they tell it in so much focus and feeling. If they had that focus and feeling on the reality, they would get realized. See, so the Lord has given such a wonderful description of the highest to Nachiketa in the previous two verses, and it has really whetted his appetite, and he wants to know. He always wanted to know, but now he's before it was a question in his mind. Some people say there is life, there is consciousness after that. Some people say there is no consciousness after that. Now that doubt is not there. Now he knows that there is something which is transcendental. And to know that which is transcendental, that which is beyond everything, we have to define what is beyond. What we have to go beyond from. Until unless, it is beyond, and then hold on to some form, it will not work. Yeah, I want to go beyond, but I hold on to my duties. I continue worrying about everything in the world. It is not going to be possible. So under these three definitions, 3 points, the entire efforts have been covered after having given the glimpse. And in the previous verse, it was told, and not only previous verse, here now the discussion of Hiranyakarba, meaning the discussion of the totality, which is also a part of creation, will no longer be entertained. And that clarity had to be given to Nachiket, and through Nachiket to us, that if we are after self-realization, if we are after the absolute self, that which we already are, then certain adjustments, certain things we have to correct within our thinking. And what is that? We have to go beyond the totality. Don't consider totality to be the absolute. Totality was all gods. Totality was where the oneness of experience with the entire creation. But the creation was still there. and you were feeling one with that creation. And it was at the intelligence level, that this Atma that I am, that is my source, that is my essence, is the same Atma which is expressing through every being. And with that comes all the siddhis, powers, etc. The entire creation is at your mercy, at your feet. But in that creation, there are so many ups and downs. There is still otherness, there is still two. There is still two. We are talking about the one. So now, from here onwards, in Nachiketa's mind, and if Nachiketa's mind has got no doubt about the Hiranyakarbha, the golden womb, the causality in which all the effects are in their nascent stage, just like in the total waters, the ocean, all the waves are in the nascent stage, meaning they are in the unmanifest state. How many? Infinite number. How many can you see? Only a fraction. How many more will be there? There's no end to it. So what is Hiranyakarbha? Hiranyakarbha is like the ocean, in which the past, present, future waves are in their unmanifest form. That is not our goal. The goal of the wave is to know the waters, which is beyond cause and effect. Cause the ocean, effect the wave. From the water's point of view, there is no ocean, there is no wave. From the sun's point of view, there is no day, there is no night. From the gold point of view, there are no ornaments. From the mud point of view, there are no pots. From the realized person point of view, there is no creation. Then for whom is the creation? Those who are seeing the Mahatma, for them there is a creation. For those who are interacting with the Mahatma, they see him as a body, they see him as a person, they see him as a quiet person or a talking person, they see him as a teacher, they see him as a meditator, they superimpose what their eyes are seeing, what their intellect is, conclusions their intellect has come to. But what is the master abiding in? He is abiding in the self as the self. And from the self point of view, there is nothing but the self. From the water's point of view, there is nothing but the water. From the gold point of view, there is nothing but the gold. Even to say point of view is a misnomer. There is no point of view there because you alone are. So he says, tell me what is other than the other dharma and adharma, beyond what is done and not done. Tell me that which is. See, we'll keep reading the commentary also. Anyat dharmat shastriya adharman dharma anushthanat tatphala tatkarakebhyah cha pratak bhutam iti arthaha. So here dharma is taken as a scripture declared dharma anushtan. And dharma anushtan, what is that? Scriptures say do dhan, tapasya, etc., etc. Scriptures say do Ashtanga yoga, scriptures they do Kundalini yoga, scriptures say you do this, scriptures say you do Vaikhari Madhyama Pashyanti Para, scriptures say you study the scriptures, do satsang, sit in meditation. But see, what are the scriptures saying? Doing something. Catch this. Let this Kathopanishad be the last Upanishad. So those parts of the sections of the Upanishads where they are telling you to do dharma anushtan uh, and uh, their results. When we chant Ganapati Atharva, there is a Falashruti. When we chant Purusha Suktam, there is a Falashruti. When we do Havan, there is a Purna Ahuti. When we do Puja, there is a Naivedyam. Naivedyam, or we want the Tirtha as the Prasad. So every activity always has a result. What we are talking about is beyond the activity. What we are talking about, that which is, there is no question of phal, dharma anushtan, scripture sanctioned activities will always give a result. We are not after the result. And to get the result, to follow those activities, there is cause and effect, there is doing and not doing. You must follow these qualities. You should not steal, you should practice brahmacharya, you should not accumulate, you should be hygienic, you should be non-violent, etc. So doing, not doing. So that which is other than all these, and that which is other than the adharma also. And then he says, tatha anyatra adharmat tatha anyatra asmat kruta krutat krutam karyam akrutam karanam asmat anyatra. Karanam here, just karana is cause, that which is beyond cause and effect. That which is kruta akruta, that which is beyond doing and not doing. And in other words, when we talk about cause and effect, gross is the effect, subtle is the cause. Then when we go further back, subtle is the cause, subtle is the effect, and causal state is the cause. For example, waking, dream, deep sleep. Deep sleep is the cause, and waking and dream are the effect. See? Ocean is the cause, wave is the effect. Parents are the cause, children are the effect. We are going, our attention is being through these words, we are being prompted to think beyond the norm. Just like when we think of sleep, our mind gets hijacked by sleep. We may use the words absorbed, surrendered to sleep. Here I'll say hijacked by sleep. Meaning it becomes one with sleep. Can we bring about? Here the process of thinking is such that we want our mind to be available to the absolute, which is not an object of perception, which is not an object of contemplation, which is not having any attributes or qualities or any form, which is beyond all these opposites that are told here, which cannot be thought of, yet we are thinking about it. And what is that which is beyond thought and yet we are thinking about it? Can it be something outside? No. I am preempting, but you are that. Your mind is thinking, your intellect is conceptualizing, ideating. Who knows? Who knows? Who is that one who is other than the good thoughts and the bad thoughts in your mind? Who is that who is other than the doing, thought, the activity and non-activity within you at Manasa Vacha Kaya? Who is that which is beyond the deep sleep, the dream and the waking? Who is that? Anyatra dharmat, anyatra dharmat. Anyatra asmat kruta krutat. By heart this one. Or this is discrimination. But remember what is the definition of discrimination? Viveka, to discriminate between the changeless and the changing, between the permanent and the non-permanent. Truth and untruth. So what is untruth? Dharma, adharma is untruth. And what is truth? The one who knows dharma, because of whom dharma is able to express, that because of whom adharma is able to express. That is the transcendental one. Acha, acha, acha. So dharma and adharma which are told in the scriptures, who knows them? God knows them. If you think about God right now, you have gone to Hiranyakarba. Again you are in the loop of creation. Don't go to that. Instead of going to the God principle, come to the conscious principle that you are, in essence. So here what is being, anyway, I'll keep saying the same thing again and again. Kim cha anyatra bhutat cha iti krantat kalat bhavyat cha bhavishyatascha tatha vartamanat कालत्रयेण यन्न परिच्छिद्यत इति अर्थः यद ईदृशं वस्तु सर्व व्यवहार गोचर अतीतं पश्यसि तद्वद मह्यम्. So he says that not only that which is beyond the past as well as which is beyond the future, that which is beyond the time, meaning individuality is a conditioning of time, space and objectivity. So this principle, this absolute principle, this Atman is beyond time, Kal, is beyond space and is beyond objectivity. See? It is beyond the subject and object. Remember aham idam, where do aham idam appear? In our mind. It is beyond aham idam. It is neither the aham nor the idam. Aham also is I thought. You know I thought is coming and going in your mind. Who is the one who is knowing? If you think about it, you have lost the plot. If you are being it in spite of thinking, then you are there. And therefore, it is called abstract because no words can reach it, no mind can comprehend it. And yet it is because you are that. What is that where the dharma can do their leela? Huh? What is that where or the without whom the subject object cannot play their game? Because world is possible only if the subject and object, aham and idam, come together. So right now our world is me, my body, my family, my surroundings. And world consciousness is when you reach to Hiranyakarba that the subject is seeing the entire object as an expression of himself, through that it is an expression, it is a projection through his potentiality. So that is world consciousness, total consciousness. Are you individual? Are you total? Or are you the one in whose presence individuality and totality is happening? Come to the correct assessment. So in this way, past and future, the beyond past and future, the purport is that which is beyond beyond time. Time is past, present, and future, which is beyond the three, and that one which is yad idrusham vastu sarva vyavahara gocharatītam pashyasi tadvadamahyam. Please tell me that which is completely beyond all the objectivity, which you see as beyond the adjectivity. Please communicate that to me. Please tell me that. Such are the questions, such are the thoughts, such are the pointers with which we should sit on the seat of meditation. See? We come to Mahatma, Swamiji, when will my daughter get married? Swamiji, why COVID has come? When will it end? Swamiji, when will the war end? Swamiji, the interest rates are going up. What can Swamiji do? What can God do? What can self do? Nothing. You come in front of a teacher, you ask such questions. So he says, please tell me that yad idrisham vastu sarva vyavahara gocharatītam pashyasi tadvadamahyam. Tell me that which you see, idrisham, which you see as beyond everything. Just like whenever I'm traveling with Swamiji, or whenever I go to India, or when he comes here, he is also teaching, I am also teaching. There is no comparison because he is established. He has more years of contemplation. It doesn't require years of contemplation. It requires a moment. But whenever I am in his presence, whatever I know, see, I know. But how do we spend the time? Either in silence or asking a question to whom I have certain answers, some certain approach, some understanding, yet that question is asked not because there is a doubt about it, but what is his take? Just like you are the same person, but every day you wake up, the world has changed. Your child is the same person, but with every year the child has changed. Person is the same. Similarly, truth is the same, and a master, when he looks at it, because of where that master is abiding, every time it comes out of, when such prompters are put to him, what will come out will be always unique. A different angle of looking at it. Because right now we are looking at the reality from Kathopanishad point of view. Last class we saw the same reality through Kenopanishad angle of view. Before that, Ishavasya. Before that, Kaivalya Upanishad. Truth is the same. Just as every person looks at you, you are the same. But someone looks at you as mother, someone looks at you as father, someone looks at you as daughter, someone looks at you as sister. You are the same. So whenever a master speaks about it, it will be unique. It will be thrilling. It will be absolutely out of the box. And that's what we are seeing. Every Upanishad is out of the box. You have never thought like this. Our practice should not be the same. When you do the same exercise every day, you become mechanical in it. It has to be every day you are a new person, there should be a fresh approach. That's why we take different Upanishads. Nachiket, even though he is the self, the Atman, but he doesn't know it, just like all of us. We know when we are in satsang, everything is just almost gelling together. There is no doubt that we are. When we say you are other than waking, dream, deep sleep. Yeah, I know. But we can't stay there. We can't be that all the time. Where is the error that is taking place? How do I... Anyway, here the question is not even where the error is. Here the question is, please tell me that which is beyond all opposites, beyond all objectivity, beyond all space, beyond all time. Here the word space was not used, but what is the space? Bhutakash, the outside space, Chittakash, the mental space. Mind is the cause, the world is the effect. And if you go further back, Chidakash. Chidakash is the cause, Well, we can't even say it is the cause because it is what it is. See? So get out of this cause and effect business. I did this, they didn't do it back. I did that, they didn't do it in return. Do and forget. Remain contemplative, and in this manner, our uh, our attention is being brought to that principle which is not a content of creation, which is beyond creation. Content of creation: individuality, totality, micro, macro. What is Atman? What is that which is beyond the opposite? That which is no more an aspect of the creation. Creation means space-time objectivity. You are under the slavery of space-time and objectivity. God is master of space-time and objectivity. But he is still a result of, he is an effect of total space, total time, total objectivity. What Nachiketa is asking is that which is beyond both of these, cause and effect, which is not a part of this creation. Where is your creation? Waking creation, dream creation, absence of the two, which is deep sleep creation. Who are you? Who knows the three? He is asking about that one. Who is this other one? He knows there is something, just like you and me also know. But what it is? How do I get to it? How do I be it? Is there any doubt in your mind that you are other than the waker, dreamer, and sleeper? Is there any doubt? I hope not. So if I'm having a glimpse of it in the satsang, I'm understanding that I am other than these. For that one moment when the statement is asked, are you other than waking, dream, and deep sleep? I feel, yes. Then why am I not being that all the time, 24/7? How do I access that transcendental reality and be the transcendental reality? Question is how again? First, we have to understand that there is transcendental reality, and transcendental reality is other than the individuality and totality. That is very important. If that is not accepted, then we will not do justice to the Upanishad. Then we are understanding the Upanishad not how it wants us to understand, but we are trying to understand the Upanishads with our convictions which we have gathered through our lifetime. We want to understand the Upanishad through individuality. What Upanishad? Upanishad means Vedanta. And what Upanishad is prompting us to be is, it is being a mirror to us. Hey, you are this, what I'm talking about. Look at yourself as you are. Don't look at yourself through individuality. You will never come to know the transcendental one. To know the totality also, you have to surrender the individuality. To be the absolute, you have to surrender the individuality and the totality. So Vedanta is the self, is where all words end. So all these words are a mirror to us to show that This is who we are, beyond time, space, and objectivity, beyond individuality and totality. In one Upanishad is not enough. Yeah, for some people, one is enough. But we are donkeys, no? We are dheet. We are stubborn. We need to be banged again and again and again, and in the hope that one day this fellow, it will click to him. Don't be proud. Don't be proud of having studied 4 Upanishads. In fact, having studied 4 Upanishads, still it is elusive. That Atman is elusive. That means for me, the world is still valid. It must disturb us. The urgency to know, the urgency to integrate and synchronize within, it should be paramount. यार ईशावास्य हो गया, केनो हो गया, कैवल्य हो गया, still I'm caught up in the world. I'm still caught up in what people say. I'm still caught up in what the world is doing. I'm still caught up in the projection of the mind. I'm still caught up in the waking dream and deep sleep. You cannot stop waking dream and deep sleep, but being identified. Identified means taking the waking to be real. Desiring sleep. Desiring imagination. In other words, building castles in the air. All this is giving validity to the creation. Till then, it will not happen. We have to transcend all this. And repeat again together. Anyatra dharmad, anyatra dharmad, anyatra asmat kruta krutata, anyatra bhuta cha bhavya cha, yattat pashyasi tadvada. This, if you by heart this, it will be a continuous reminder of that principle which is beyond all opposites, beyond all conditionings. Continuing in the next verse. We are in the 14th verse, now 15th verse. Now, what is the technology to get there? First, we became clear of the goal. And what is that goal? Which is beyond the word, which is beyond the mind. And it is this mind where the concept of individuality and totality is. It is this mind which is the product of conditioning by time, space, and objectivity. It is this mind where there is subject and object. It is this mind where there is past, present, and future. It is this mind where there is cause and effect. It is this mind where the waking, dream, deep sleep are coming and going. And who are you? Other than the mind. You are other than the mind. Now, I am thinking right now and you are listening. It is also happening in the mind only. And if you are keenly listening to the last two verses, what we were talking about, the abstract principle. Mind cannot think without name and form. And we were using the name Atman. We are using the word abstract. But what it is representing is something. And how did we come to it? That which is other than past, present, future. So it is abstract. It doesn't come under the purview of past, present, or future. It doesn't come under the purview of cause and effect. You are that. That is the conscious principle. That is the absolute one. That is the truth. इति एवं पृष्ठवते मृत्युरुवाच मृत्युः उवाच पृष्ठं वस्तु विशेषणान्तरं च विवक्षन्. So when iti evam prushtvate, when asked in this manner by Nachiket, Mrityu Vacha, the Lord of Death spoke about that vastu, about that principle, and about that principle along with its adjectives, etc., wanting to explain that truth more in detail with using words, with using its because in communication truth is one, but then we say truth is Satchidanand Swarup, truth is Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swarup, truth is this, truth is that. So he is here now giving some more adjectives, and in the next verse the Omkar Upasana is being told. The Upadesh. This is the Upadesh that a young child, when they do Janayu, the thread ceremony, what is given? Om. It is Ekpada Gayatri. Soham. It is Dvipada Gayatri. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha. It is the complete Gayatri mantra. Bhurbhuva Swaha is Tripada. See? And where have all the words come out of? They have come out of Om. Anyway, let's see what he says here. He says, Sarve Veda Yat Padamamananti. Sarve Veda Yat Padamamananti. Tapasi Sarvani Cha Tad Yadvadanti. Tapasi Sarvani Cha Yadvadanti. यदिच्छन्तो ब्रह्मचर्यं चरन्ति यदिच्छन्तो ब्रह्मचर्यं चरन्ति तत्ते पदं संग्रहेण ब्रवीमि ओमिति एतत् तत्ते पदं संग्रहेण ब्रवीमि ओमिति एतत् ओमित्येतत्. यहाँ पे लिखा है ओमित्येतत्. I was breaking it up. I don't know. Together. सर्वे वेदा यत् पदमामनन्ति तपासि सर्वाणि च यद्वदन्ति यदिच्छन्तो ब्रह्मचर्यं चरन्ति तत्ते पदं संग्रहेण ब्रवीमि ओमित्येतत्. See, I did not read this before, but just now I was telling you about Vedanta and the Upanishad, that they are mirror to us, who we essentially are. Exactly the same. Sarve Veda Yat Padam Amananti. Huh? All the Vedas, what is that goal which all the Vedas declare? What is that goal which all the Vedas keep roaring about, extolling about? Which tapasi sarvani chayad vadanti, that which all the tapasvis speak of. And then yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti. Yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti. So what is that goal which all the Vedas extol or roar about? What is that goal which all the tapasvis or all the tapasyas are talking about or taking you to? What is that? What is that for which, we should put this way, what is that for which all the men desirous to know it walk the path of celibacy, brahmacharya? I will tell you that tatte padam sangrahena. I will tell you that, and it briefly. And what is it? It is Om. Om iti etad. See, be very clear, no confusion here. It is not told Om Namah Shivaya. It is not told Om Namo Narayanaya. It is not told Om Namo Ganapataye. It is not told Om Aim Hrim Shrim. What is it? What is told? Only Om. सर्वे वेदा यत् पदम पदनीयम गमनीयम अविभागेनाम अविभागेन आमनन्ति प्रतिपादयन्ति तपांसि सर्वाणि च यद् वदन्ति यत् प्राप्त्यर्था iti arthaha. So what it says here, he says he says sarve veda yat padam padaniyam. All the Vedas talk about that place. Gamaniyam is to go. All the Vedas talk about going to that one place, that one destination, that one goal. That, what is that goal? That goal is where amananti, which you cannot think of. See? All the Vedas are talking about that goal, that destination, which is amananti, where the mind cannot reach. Is that goal which the intellect cannot conceptualize. All this is not told to confuse us. All this is being told so that we refine our thinking. Upanishads are only for that. Refine, refine, refine. When you keep rubbing a stone again and again and again and again and again, then you can see the reflection of the sun in it. But in a raw stone, you can't see it. You can't see the reflection. But in a polished stone, you can, why sun? You can see your face in it if it is polished properly. See? समस्त वेदा यत् पदम पदनीयम गमनीयम अविभागेन आमनन्ति प्रतिपादयन्ति तपांसि सर्वाणि च यद् वदन्ति यत् प्राप्त्यर्थानि इति अर्थः. So here is uh, the, the that which is, what is that which is most how should you say, what is that which is the most important, what is that which is again and again extolled by the Vedas, what is that which is that which is beyond speech, mind and intellect. If there is something which is beyond speech, mind and intellect, that means we cannot conceptualize, we cannot think, and we cannot talk about it. Then how are we supposed to be it? Our problem right now as an individual, as a seeker, is if I am not allowed to use my instruments, then how can I be that which is beyond the instruments? I only know how to function through the instruments. You understand what we are saying? How do I go beyond? So here he says that which is, he has already said it. I will tell you that in short. Om iti etat. Om is that which is most, Om is that, think of it, take that reality, take that absolute, take that transcendental, take that abstract, take that what we were talking about in the previous verse, which is beyond dharma, adharma, which is beyond cause and effect, that which is beyond doing and not doing, that which is beyond past, present, future, that which is beyond waking, dream, deep sleep, which cannot be thought of. But then how can you think of it? Take it as Om. Om is the connecting factor. It is that syllable. It is not a word. Om is not a word. I mean, which verse? 15. See? And that which is that all tapasyas are done to attain that. To attain what? To attain that that reality. It is that seeking which people like you are giving up your precious time to listen to satsang. You give up your time, withdraw from family and your daily chores to sit in meditation, to do japa. What is that? Desiring which people like us, we leave everything, renounce everything, go to ashram, go through the intense practices practice brahmacharya. Or practice any other exercise, any other practices. Some of them are very tamasic, some of them are rajasic, some of them are sattvic. You can take the aghoris, you can take those who are, those who are doing the pujas, those who are doing the havan, those who are doing, if their attention is on that infinite. We are not here the topic is not of havan and puja because it's already given up. Here it is about tapasya. Or any other tapasya that one has initiated within himself. It is to know that reality. Every Mahatma who is running an ashram all over the world, when he started from home, he left, he renounced everything to know the reality. He left the home, he gave up everything, all possibilities of being successful in this world. Why? In pursuit of that absolute truth. See? And that reality, that pada, here when he says, here, yadichanto brahmacharyam gurukula vasa lakshanam yadva brahma praptyartham charanti tatte tubhyam padam yajnatum ichhasi sangrahena sankhepto bravimi. That pada, that goal, that destination, for which all these, the Vedas, the tapasvis, the tapasyas, the practices, for which the brahmacharya is practiced, the satsang is done, or whatever sadhanas we are doing, what is that pada? He says, I will tell you in short. Ichhasi sangrahena sankhepto bravimi. Bravimi, I will tell you. And what is it? Om iti etat. Om iti etat. That pad, that destination is Om. But you are saying that it is beyond the mind, intellect and speech, and now you are giving me something Om. Yes. You want to know more about Om? Study Mandukya Upanishad. The entire explanation of Om is given there. But before you get to Mandukya, which will be our last Upanishad, so few more years to go. Till then, what do? Chant Om every day. Chant Om. If you do Om Namah Shivaya, continue doing Om Namah Shivaya. But when it comes to the crux, when you are coming to the absorption, chant Om. When we are talking about from manyness to oneness, from many thoughts you came to Om Namah Shivaya. But Om Namah Shivaya also is too many thoughts. You must come to Om. If you are seeking the abstract, if you are seeking the transcendental, if you are seeking the Turiya Avastha, come to Om. If you remain at Om Namah Shivaya, where will you go? Hiranyakarba. Om Namo Narayana. Remain at Om Namo Narayana. Where will you go? Like our Lord of Death is stuck with a job description, we will be also stuck with some job description wherever we go, reach. within the totality. We want to know the infinite one, the absolute one. Om iti etat tad etat padam yad bubhutsitam tvaya yadetad om ityom om iti om shabda vachya. What is that? Om इति ओम शब्द वाच्यम ओम शब्द प्रतीकम च. हाँ. So Om is that pada, and this Om, what is it? The one who is, what Om stands for, the one who is chanting the Om, and the destination of Om, where it takes you, all are one and one alone. Understand this. Yad etat padam yad bubupsitam tvaya yadetad om ityom shabda vachyam om shabda pratikam cha. So that Om is the pratik. Pratik means it's the symbol of that reality. Om is the symbol of that reality. Just like we have swastik. Swastik is the sign of auspiciousness. In many houses, in our house also, some people draw Om in front, or some mandala is rangoli dalte hain. All that is for what? For auspiciousness. Some people put feet of the goddess Lakshmi at the front of the door on the two sides, that Lakshmi should enter as if she is entering. Just like married ladies put a bindi in their third eye. Why? Keep away, I am married, not available. Pratik. Huh? You wear a ring after engagement or after marriage, or Mangal Sutra. All these are pratik. Pratik means symbols of, signs of that you are committed, you are married, and so on. Janeu is also another pratik. Whether you wear it or not, it doesn't matter, but it is a pratik. See, you do the japa. Yeah, that is, leave that point. So same way, that abstract, infinite, absolute, undescribable, beyond mind, intellect and speech, that reality, how do I access it? What is its symbol? What is the symbol of that abstract? It is Om. After Om comes Om Namah Shivaya, then comes Om Namo Narayana, then comes Om Brahmane Namah, then comes whatever. Any mantra you will see, all the japa mantras, they all begin Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om is the source. Ik Onkar, Sattanam, in the Guru Granth Sahib, Ik Onkar. Om is that symbol. Om is the goal, Om is the way, and Om is, I should say, Om is the seeker himself in essence. So hold on. So think of Om all the time. And it is that if you and it is that Om, and through Om you can come to be that, come to know that, come to abide in that infinite reality. Therefore, etadhyevaksharam brahma, etadhyevaksharam brahma, etadhyevaksharam param, etadhyevaksharam param, etadhyevaksharam nyatva, etadhyevaksharam nyatva, yo yadicchati tasya tata, yo yadicchati tasya tata. Together, etadhyevaksharam brahma, etadhyevaksharam param, etadhyevaksharam nyatva, yo yadicchati tasya tata. We are in the 16th verse now. See, we have to understand that just because the Vedas, here the word was yo Veda something, no? Sarve Veda yat padam amananti. When you read of Vedas, when you have, even if someone wants it, I have all the, on a PDF, I can send it, but no commentary. It's all in Sanskrit or English, I think, whatever it is. But what is it composed of? All the Vedas. Just because 70% of the Vedas is Karma Kand, another 25, 27, 28% of the Vedas is Upasana, Karma Kand, the mantras for Havan, Home, Puja, etc., etc. Do this, don't do that, do this while doing the puja and all that. Then another 27, 28%, all of them are upasana, to contemplate on the totality. The first part, 70%, was being an individuality and invoking the totality through what the world is providing us. Ahuti, oil, ghee, ahutis, the different materials that are used to pour oblation. Sankalpa is there. A result will also be gained. And such people go through various levels of creation, and the result will come. Because they have taken the creation to be the reality. Which creation? What they are seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting. They have taken that to be reality. The gross creation to be reality. And why you have taken gross creation to be reality? Because you have taken your body to be the real one. You have got identified with the body. Such people can only do one thing. Havan, 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 havan. And as a result, if our intention is pure, attention is there, somewhere along the way we realize that, and these mantras, the Upasana Mantras are also chanted, like we are chanting the Narayana Suktam, Devi Suktam, Shri Suktam, Purusha Suktam, Rudram, during the pujas, all that is there. But now the interest of the seeker, he's transcending the gross and moving to the subtle. Yes, he was using it. They sit in meditation also, but what they meditate, God only knows after doing the Havan. After all the activity, you are exhausted. That exhaustion will lead to some silence. 1 minute to half a minute of silence. That was very nice. That was very deep. Naturally, you are exhausted. Deep sleep is also very nice. Then we come to the Upasana, where all these stotrams are there, suktams are there. These suktams, such a person, now many people I know, they keep chanting Vishnu Sahasranam, the Lalita Sahasranam, Purusha Suktam, Ganpati Atharva in their mind. We also chant, but we do not chant with the Falashruti. We don't want any result in return. We do it why? For the Lord Ganesha. Narayana Suktam for the Lord Narayana. We don't want the result from him. Because wherever there is a intention for the result, you get caught up in cause and effect, and the maximum you can get to is Hiranyakarba. We don't want that. We want him to purify us through these suktams. And when we go through these suktams with this intention, with this surrender, with this availability, then we become qualified for the last 1 or 2% of the Vedas, which is Upanishads. Which is Upanishads. These Upanishads are, if you see all the Upanishads, they begin with 2 words, 2 syllables. Some of them begin with Om, Om Ishavasayadagam Sarvam. Or they begin with Atha, now. Come into the here and now. That is Om. Om is now. And Om is always. And now is always. Why? Every moment you are in the now only. When you miss the now, then you are in the past or the future. Think. So here when he says that don't misunderstand that the Vedas are talking about, in the previous verse we are talking about, don't misunderstand the Vedas are talking about the manyness of creation. They are not validating that. They are not talking about validating various gods just because so many different gods are given. The sun, the moon, and Narayana and the Rudram and this and that and everything. They are not validating that. Then what are they? They are saying they are all expressions of the one alone. Vedas are propagating that one truth, which alone expresses as many. But what have we done? We accept the manyness as real, and we have forgotten the one. So what is the acme of Vedas? What is the climax of the Vedas? What is the ultimate given by the Vedas? The one reality. And what is that reality? Om. If you want to communicate with it, Om. If you want to think about it, Om. That is how you access it. What about the others? They are all expressions of that Om alone. Because from Om came the vowels, from Om came the consonants. The vowels and consonants joined together to form words. Those words have certain meaning, they have some certain energy. So when we say Om Namah Shivaya, Na is a consonant, Ma is a consonant. Both of them have come together to say prostration, my salute. Then Sh is a consonant, Shi, E is a vowel, V is a consonant, A is a vowel, Ya is a consonant. Again, those three words, Shi, Va, Ya, have come together to represent the ultimate cause, the Lord Shiva. My prostrations to that Lord Shiva. But where have these all consonants and vowels come from? They have come from Om. Om is what? Om is the unstruck sound. It is the natural sound in the entire creation. It can deliver you the entire creation, and if your attention is on the beyond, it can deliver you to the beyond also. If you chant only if you break the Om, which is, now we are talking about creation, Om is also U, Ma. If you chant every child is born chanting रोता भी वैसे ही है. But if you purify yourself with if you become focused on there is nothing impossible for you in this waking creation. U, the subtle creation, that is also under your control. Ma, the absence, also is within your control. You transcend it. So by chanting you transcend waking. By U, you transcend dream. By Ma, you transcend deep sleep. This is one way of putting it. Or whatever waking has to offer, because you have transcended it, it is at your fingertips. You can get what you want from the waking. You can get anything from the subtle world, meaning dream. Whatever you imagine, it will become true. U. In deep sleep, whenever you want silence, you are available to the silence. There is nothing impossible, because Ma is the deep sleep state. Deep sleep state is the cause of the waking and dream. And now you have become at the totality level, that is Lord Shiva. Nothing is impossible. All possibilities are there. But are we only wanting to go through the way? I want to conquer waking, I want to conquer dream, I want to conquer sleep. If you give attention to waking, dream and deep sleep, you will keep remaining in that loop. We want to go beyond, we want to transcend. Ho gaya time. We want to transcend. So when our Sanat Kumaras went to Dakshinamurti and they asked him, he just kept silent. He didn't answer. Just like our Ramana Maharishi, many people went to him, they asked the question. He just sits in silence, and in that silence, the answer is revealed to them. We'll talk more about this in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Sit quietly for a moment.